so, going out of order on the agenda, we have the resignation of Josh Lerner. I'm sad to report, but, he served us well and we will miss him. We have two potential appointments. Sherry Maynard wants to be appointed to the Finance Committee, and then just today, we received, an email from, remind me of the young gentleman's name, who also wants to be appointed to the
Name
Finance Committee.
Is I send a lot of emails.
He lives, where the heck does he live? Oh my gosh, I don't remember anything. Anyway, I
His
think he
name
lives
is
on Ragged Hill.
Amit Kaul. He lives at 84 Ragged Hill Road. He seems to be a student that, well, what he said is, as a recent citizen, I want to give back to the community while gaining experience in budgeting and reporting. I currently work for a healthcare IT company which is independent subsidiary of Blue Cross Blue Shield Michigan. I am an undergrad in computer science and engineering and have good analytical skills and currently pursuing my MBA from UMass Amherst as well. I believe these skills will help the committee with their purpose. As a new citizen and immigrant from a developing country, I can bring a different perspective to the table.
I think that sounds great. So I think that, taking things out of order, do we wanna discuss this anymore? What can you tell us about Sherry? Cause I don't remember,
Let me find that.
cause I've come
That
completely
one's a little
unprepared, as you
further
can tell.
back. Was it Sherry or Cheryl?
Sherry, I believe. S-H-E-R-R-Y, Maynard.
Do they need to come in?
I suppose we could have him come in.
Question on Amid, he mentioned he's an immigrant, and I know he's mentioned he's a new resident. Do we need to concern ourselves with citizenship?
I thought he said he was a new citizen.
Yeah, he said new citizen
He said new
twice.
citizen, yeah,
Yeah.
Citizen, okay.
Yeah,
I
so-
I thought
Yeah.
I misheard.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
as
great.
long as he is a citizen of the United States of America and a resident of Hubbardston, it won't be an issue.
Not a
Even
problem.
if he was not a citizen, you guys could take into consideration his residency,
Oh,
as you are not founded under MGL, founded under the town. So, unless it states that you need to be a registered voter, which I am not sure of, and then you can't, because you can't be a registered voter if you're not a citizen. So that's something we will ensure and make 100% prior to having the select board appoint him. Alright, I do have Miss Maynard as well. I'm in the management field and feel with my background I would be an asset to the community. Sherry Maynard, 51 Chicopee Drive.
Sounds good to me. My thinking is that I'm more interested in temperament than abilities. We all learned this stuff. We didn't come here already knowing it. So, they can,
And we can do the first one just through the end of the fiscal, so that if it doesn't work out, there's an out.
well, that's how, yeah, it would shake
Yeah.
out that way anyway, right? Cause if they wanted, their appointment would only go till
Yeah,
Till
Till
June
June.
30th.
6/30,
Yeah.
23.
No. So, can I have a motion to recommend these two candidates for appointment to our FinCom?
so moved.
Okay, second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, great. Alright, how would you like to talk to us about budget?
Alright. Thank you guys for having me here today. I appreciate the invite and I look forward to working with you throughout the budget season. I'm just making sure you guys got the new amended budget calendar for the year, correct? if not, I can make that available for you, and it's available on the internet. I have presented you guys this evening with my revenue projections, which are quite conservative, going as far as to even put a 0% increase in our state aid numbers. That's quite unlikely, but I didn't want to come through in my first budget and kind of make wishes that I didn't know were going to come to fruition, so I stayed a little bit more conservative than maybe one would. Even in that, we are anticipating, as long as things continue going in their trajectory, a 4.13% increase over last year. That is not a wild increase, but is enough to be sustainable in our operations. One of the main issues I've found that I will be presenting at my 100-day report in 60 days is that the town of Hubbardston, we have to somehow, whether it be by Proposition 2.5 or another means, have to get out of our dependency on free cash to fulfill the void from the variable with the school system. So that was one of the first things that I learned coming through the gate. More or less all of our, in terms of the current year, everything is more or less okay. There's some transfers we're going to need to do, and there are a lot of accounts that spent their money at the beginning of the year, so it looks like, as I'm sure it does every year, it looks like they're 80-90% done, and whereas it looks like they're overspending, they're not. We've been working with the CIPC, the Capital Improvements Committee, which one of your members is on, and the chair of. So the new chair.
Oh, excellent.
It was 100% his choice, and
Oh, was it?
There's only 3.
and they kind of ganged up on him as he walked through the door. So that's going
All right.
well. I'll have the CIPC report for them to approve or alter at their next meeting.
Okay.
And I provided you with the documents so that I don't have to go blue in the face this evening. Things seem to be going okay. I look forward to working with you and can have a chat or answer any questions as we see fit. I will be presenting the 5-year financial projection at the select board meeting on February 6th. I will pull that off YouTube, even though watching myself speak is the bane of my existence, and send it to you.
All right.
So of course, the school's always gonna be a big topic of discussion. Was the letter sent out to the other select boards? Okay, any response?
Yeah. So we sent the letter out, and very minimal response happened on behalf of the other communities. However, today, Dr. Muir reached out stating that there were some inconsistencies in our letter. So I'm going to be talking with Chair Williams and your finance chair to talk about how we go forward with that. We do believe this is a minor issue, but she and the QRSD administration did not seem to like our letter. I can provide you with copies of it, and it's attached to my town administrator report from 2 weeks ago on the internet.
So the reaction was that somebody gave it to them.
That's right. Yeah.
Quickly, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Fast.
Yeah, so I heard hair is on fire over that.
Now, what about, sorry,
Oh, no, go ahead.
meeting with Hubbardston's representative to the school?
We can meet with them whenever. They're both around. They've both very much been here.
There's
And
3 of them now?
is there 3? I've met 2.
Thought we were at a meeting where they nominated a 3rd one.
I thought they did too, but I don't know
Yeah,
what's
they
going on.
had 2
with it.
candidates.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
okay. Alright, well, I thought one of the things was
So
they're
they've
gonna
met
meet with
two.
them to explain what,
Deb and the open space chairman. Those are the only two I've met so far.
yeah,
That's not Mark Wiggler, is it?
Nope.
Who's the open space chairman?
that's Susan
Nope.
or
Bob or-
Rick?
Rick. Bob Hatch.
Oh, okay,
Bob.
then Mark Wiggler is the other one.
Okay,
That's
I have
the other
yet
guy.
to meet Mr. Wiggler.
Alright. I think we should meet with them when we have some numbers.
Mhm.
We don't have any numbers yet. When are we gonna have some numbers?
The problem here, and Sheila stated it when we talked to her, is this new administration's going to, by virtue of their being new, have a little bit more time than
Oh, I don't mean that, I mean our budget.
from them.
No,
No.
our town budget. When are we going to have our town budget?
End of February.
Okay, that's when I think we should meet with this.
Because we can't do our budget in its entirety until we know the numbers that they're gonna be using.
No, what we wanna do is tell them
Oh,
what number it's going to be.
Absolutely, we'll know that soon.
That's what I,
Like,
okay,
we'll-
that's,
we'll-
that's the,
we'll-
that's the point
We-
here, not
we
waiting
wanna
for,
meet the
not
current-
waiting
Yeah.
for a bill.
We'll know that soon.
Okay.
Like 2 weeks, me and you will be able to have
Okay,
a
good.
conversation and then we'll
Alright, good,
bring it forward from there.
alright, so what do we got here? So this is, so now we've got mid-year budget review, so walk us through this here. Oh, this is, okay, this is as of where we stand right now.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that.
Like I had said a couple moments ago, nothing is absolutely underwater. A lot of the departments spent their money earlier in the year, as they usually do year after year, because if you're going to make a purchase, just make the purchase. We have a few smaller issues. Where is that? I wrote this 2 weeks ago.
Oh, legal bills,
Yeah, perfect.
oh, health insurance,
Yeah.
okay.
Town clerk personnel, we hired, the former town clerk to come in
Yeah.
and train
And help.
the new town clerk, so that will create a small deficit, which will be able to be covered in transfers at year's end. Average above average legal bills, because of issues, cannot really be projected at this time. If they continue like this, there will 100% be a deficit that we'll have to figure out at that time, but it's really difficult to project legal bills as they do.
Why would well, these are for litigation, right?
Yeah.
Why aren't we settling these things?
Some of this has to do with a ongoing litigative issue that I cannot speak to.
No, I know that,
Yeah.
but I'm asking you a different question.
We-
Why isn't this settling?
We are attempting to settle a number of the issues.
Do the settlements involve the payment of money damages?
No,
Okay, that's the problem.
and they do
That's
not,
the
not,
problem.
they involve
Oh, they, matters of principle and,
principal and personnel.
great,
And
oh, man.
the state and new laws, and there's no closing out these by payment. The things with the cell tower, I did get note today that the company filed to dismiss. We have a couple of things to do left with that, but that should be closing out relatively soon.
Okay.
And a number of the other budgetary drivers for the legislative issues have nothing to do with actual court. It has to do
Okay.
with personality and personnel.
Great. Alright,
Hope I said that without saying that.
did, we aren't paying somebody else's legal fees, are we?
No.
Alright, good. Misery loves company, at least they're paying too for their principles. Okay.
It's not even at the point where it's a personnel issue where someone is driving legal monies with questions and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they have an attorney at this time.
Oh, that's even worse. Alright. Okay, alright, so if we're 20% over our budget, which is what, 40 grand?
Mm-hmm.
So 20% of 40 grand is what, $800? No, 8,000 bucks, right, right.
It's
Ugh.
significantly over.
Oh, Christ. Alright. Okay. So now it sounds like a good time for a report from our chair of our capital improvements planning committee. What's cooking?
Well, we met, I think, 2 occasions, and we had, I remember it was 380 spend,
Yeah, 370.
370. We were gonna go 380, but we stuck to the budget of
Okay.
$370,000. So we basically approved, a roof for the DPW.
Okay,
It's been leaking for a number of years. It's
Mhm.
out for bid. I think I saw it's gone out for
Yeah.
bid.
Yep.
alright,
In hopes that we can kind of narrow it down, because right now he has $50,000 that Senator Goby was able to get in last year's budget.
oh, okay,
So we're hoping to be able to combine that with approximately $100,000 of CIPC funds.
mm-hmm,
But in that, it's a kind of a hard project to nail down, because a lot of companies don't wanna do quotes for municipalities without having the
appropriated,
whole process and without
Mhm.
having the appropriation in hand, cause
Mhm.
then they end up running around to every municipality under the sun giving quotes that never come.
yep,
A
okay. What kind of roof is it?
What's that?
What kind of
Metal
roof is it?
roof.
Is it a metal roof?
Yeah, it's a metal
Okay.
roof, but
Alright,
of course, he said it's been leaking for a while, so you know there's gonna be
yeah,
surprises.
yeah.
But-
Okay,
We also allowed additional money for road repair. I believe that was 80,000.
At this time, 80,
Right.
yeah.
okay,
These are just recommendations,
Yeah, yeah.
nothing's been finalized. A new vehicle for Travis, because he's been driving an old Ford Explorer which has no rocker panels.
he should buy my truck, I'm just saying, I got a truck for sale. I'll ask him.
Which truck? Your big one is for sale?
The big one is for sale,
Ah,
sitting at the end of the driveway, with the for sale sign that I have to drag out there at some point, stick on it, I'll call him.
is that a 250 or?
It's a 250 with the awesome plow
Yep.
and, super low mileage, 2013. We're being recorded, who wants
Yes.
to buy this
We
truck?
are being recorded.
Good, let's do it.
100,000 towards ambulance number 2 replacement. Some money was already paid for through ARPA.
Right,
Yes.
right, but it
250
was,
out of
but,
ARPA.
but 250 wasn't enough? Well, how much was that?
350.
350.
Just wait till the new engine.
Yep, coming down the pike, new engine at, $750,000.
800. Library needed some funds for a project engineer, $6,000. And then IT, town office IT replacement. We turned down skate park renovation and Curtis Field walking track. We think they should try to go after some, grants.
Yeah,
Those should be out there.
I can't remember now, cause we talked about all that at one point, about what grants were available. I think we talked about that at ARPA too.
I think we are about to see a turnover with Parks and Rec, so, cause I know a majority of the board is up this year, and a majority of the board has already expressed that they are going to be moving on, so.
Why, because they can't get anything funded?
I don't know. I don't think it really had anything to do with that. More time and just to let another
Okay,
generation of parents kind of take the
Mhm.
wheel.
okay. Alrighty. So those are all recommendations for fiscal '24. Alright, what's the total?
380,000.
370 or 380,
Yeah,
is that
right,
what
or-
you said? Okay, alright.
We have to go in and tweak some numbers because the number on
Okay.
the truck was without a radio. So
Oh, does your truck have a radio?
not a radio.
Not the kind of radio you're talking about, no. No.
If
But
he
so
called
what?
me, if he called me for that
How
kind
much
of
is a,
radio,
how much is a radio? Maybe I'll throw in a radio.
depends who's buying it. It's cheaper for you to buy than it is for the town.
That's
to
what
buy.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
maybe
Of
you
course it is.
tell me how much a radio costs, maybe I'll think about it. Yeah,
Can
but-
transfer it from his Ford
That's
Explorer?
my question for him next. I'm going with no since he's asking, but
That Ford Explorer is really bad.
yeah.
This 2013 truck, this 2013 truck has 46,000 miles on it, it's been
Wow.
detailed, it's
That's not
really
bad.
pretty, just saying, anyway. Okay, good. So, all we gotta do is come up with $380,000 out of free cash for our capital budget. How much free cash do we have? None, right?
Right back.
Okay. I thought we only had a couple $100,000 by the time the dust settled last year.
Right,
Free cash available. According to this, it's 708, 708.
yeah, but that got chiseled down by the time we funded the
Not
deficit.
by the time October 26th came and went, we didn't.
Yeah, 37, it's not, you keep saying 380, it's 370.
Okay.
The numbers that I've been working with thus far are certified free cash, $806,289, free cash used at special town meeting, $97,915, free cash available for annual town meeting, $708,374, free cash repurposed. This was something that my internal finance management team was looking at as a potential school offset of $130,000. Free cash for FY '24 ATM capital, $370,000. Free cash to hold over to FY '24 or transfer to stabilization, $50,000. Free cash available for other uses, $158,374. It's obviously all really.
That is not the number we had in October to start with. Ugh.
That's obviously a very.
Yeah, free
Rough.
cash as of August was 806. Who gave you these numbers?
Sandy and I worked on them.
Okay.
All of it is obviously up in the air, and that's my own draft.
Right, right. Can I have this? Can I take this home? Yes, I can, thank you. I'm going to, I'm gonna look at my presentation that I gave in October, where we did the math on this. These aren't the numbers that we came up with in October, so I don't understand where all this money came from.
So I'm gonna go pull the presentation from October. I believe it was put on the web.
Um,
Can also pull our tax
Sure, yeah.
I wanna say it is considerably less. I'm very much not happy with certain individuals.
Well, I'm just, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, all right, yeah, this is not my presentation that I
No,
was
no,
talking
no.
about. Right,
Let's see if I
So,
can
all
I
right,
know
find
it's
so-
Sandy's.
Well, that's our tax recap
this
sheet.
is the,
Oh, it was way south of 500 because that's what
I
mine was.
know.
It was in the 280 range. but-
yeah. But I can't follow any of this, I need to look and see what I said, which I don't remember.
Here's our free cash certification sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was as of, that's as of August.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was not that number but by the time, October 26th came and went, we beat it to death.
By 97,000.
No,
We were paying unpaid bills from last year,
Nicole,
and architect
STM.
bills, accounting, the accountant made a mistake, for 20 grand, remember?
yeah. Wonder if I emailed this to anybody.
Yeah, you sent it to us and I'm trying to find it, but I don't have either.
I been around October, so let's see what's in the Wayback Machine here.
Not everything came from free cash, we also amended the budget. So.
Oh, here we go.
Here's your presentation on the 12th.
We started with 806,289. In June, we took 404,500 of it for capital expenses, like our capital plan said. Put 50,000 in our stabilization accounts and spent another 54,650 on unpaid bills.
That was last year's free cash. Anything you would have spent in June was would have been a previous number.
Well, that's what this number is.
Yeah.
But that's August. That's the August number. Certified on 8/9/2022.
Mm-hmm.
So where did the 404,500 of it for capital expenses come from?
Talking about last year's free cash? A free cash allocation from June of 2022 came from last year's free cash allocation. And which is what we're doing right now, is we're, with the CIPC, we're setting up for annual town meeting in this upcoming June.
Then why did we all agree that we only had $200,000 for the start of fiscal year '24? My understanding was that the free cash that we started with for this budget that we voted on October started with a certified free cash number of 806,289, and then we spent it.
Let me circle back with you tomorrow on this.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause we're, the 806,289 is what we were told in August. So if that was for money we already spent in June,
If that's net of money we spent in June, so we had over $1 million of free cash
No, we
available to
didn't.
us?
No.
No, we didn't.
No.
No, we did not.
You have the free cash.
I don't know, I need to have a lot more going on with these numbers. I don't like any, I don't,
What I gave you was, the first paper was a very, very rough internal draft.
no, I know, but
Yeah.
it's not considering what we started with and then what we spent.
And if that's true, in my being brand new, I would love to figure that out right now,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that we don't have to have that issue.
Yeah, well, it's making me nervous that you worked on this with Sandy.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay. Um. Okay.
Do you guys have another business matter? Let me step away and try to solve that real quick so that while we're all together on
And we also use 68,080 to balance the operating budget. So I don't even know where 97,915 came from.
Hi Sandy, Dave Boudreaux, how are you? Good, good, good. Hey, you got a quick second? So remember when I first got here and we started doing
Alright.
the, where did we get those numbers? Where, if you're saying nine.
Am I making this up?
No.
Alright. Alright.
We can't do business unless we have
I
reliable
don't know
numbers.
I don't know what to do about this. I don't have any of the background that I had the first go round. But we did not have 1,000,002 to start with.
6,289.
No, well, when he gave us the number, the 370, I was surprised we had,
Yeah.
when he said he had that much, but
Yeah.
Sandy was at the two meetings that we had.
Oh. It's like we only had enough free cash to make it one more year.
That's right. That's right.
One more year
That's right.
with the deficit with the school issues,
That's right.
okay?
That's
We're
right.
talking 2.5 overrides, we're talking all sorts of
Yeah.
panic city things,
That's
okay?
right. That's why I went in with my
So,
hair on fire to the meeting.
So, we need to get our, we can't.
So is his
can't do-
budget adding to the free cash?
We don't have a budget yet.
Yeah,
We don't have any expenses yet. All he's done is rough out the revenues. That's what I was asking, when we're gonna have a number. And we won't have a number for a month, 6 weeks.
Yes, we all know that.
I don't think we have any other business. Do you have any minutes? You don't have any minutes, right? Yeah, okay, fine. Alright, we gotta get our minutes shit together.
Every penny that we spent, whether you spent.
And I have minutes too. I have minutes done that we approved that I have yet to, I haven't scanned them and thrown them up there yet, but we'll get there. I think I lied and said I had the new budget calendar. I don't know where it is. Do you have it? Did anybody bring it?
No, he said it's on the website,
Let's see.
that's what he said, so that's where I'll get it.
Well, let's see. We're gonna look. 'Cause I wanna set another meeting.
Yeah, she went with exactly what I did, what I said, that last year in June, we were spending FY '22 free cash. And this was a new pot that was certified in August. And the only time period we would have had to spend said August certified free cash would have been the October special town meeting, which we all know, that's what we're discussing.
So everything, so what I'm now hearing is that everything I said at the October meeting was wrong?
Do not want-
I'm
We
going
had
to-
several joint meetings with the selectmen, I don't know how we.
With
could've-
Sandy,
Yeah,
and we all agreed to these numbers.
Well, this is a good problem if it's true. But it's disturbing nonetheless, that something's off.
So you're saying we 22 numbers, but where did the increase come from 22 for these?
Let me pause this and get back to you,
Yeah.
and I don't wanna misspeak or
No,
Or-
we don't want you to.
or note anything on behalf of an employee that,
Yep. Alright. Alright. Next Tuesday is the first meeting of the Quabbin Budget Subcommittee meeting. I'm gonna go. I will report my findings.
Dr. Muir picking you up?
What?
Is
What?
Dr. Muir gonna pick you up?
No, I think if she picks me up, I don't think she's gonna slow down when she throws me out. Where would we find on the Hubbardston website the
Calendar.
calendar, the budget calendar,
under budget, I can print you one.
search budget?
Can you print me one too, please, Nathan?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you would think, but approved budgets, but maybe I should say budget calendar. F-22 budget calendar, F-23 budget calendar, F-21 budget planning calendar. Yeah. Search function improved. Thanks. Alright,
For you.
Thank you.
okay, so the next time you would expect to see us would be on February sixth for a 5-year financial analysis. Then March 20th, draft budget submitted to select board. Ugh.
I'll likely have the draft budget prior to March 20th.
Has everybody submitted their budget request to you?
For the most part.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Can you email us, or me, maybe a week or 10 days before you're gonna be ready with a first draft of the budget so that we can notice a meeting and have a
Absolutely.
meeting to talk about it? So that will be at some point in February, probably after February sixth, right?
100% after February 2nd.
Alright, so we'll meet again on February sixth, cause it looks like we're gonna have a joint meeting with the select board for that. And then we'll meet at some point, when, after that, when you're ready.
Yeah, cause right now I have all of my department numbers in to my spreadsheet with deductions being kind of played with. I'm waiting on a number of larger numbers, like the healthcare number for the upcoming year and things that really don't come out this early. Like, I'm almost all set with the internal operations. I'm now waiting on different variables to get me their number.
Right. Right. And I think what we can do then is put in some placeholders, if you don't have them by then,
Mhm.
we should put some placeholders in. And then we can figure out what we can afford for our school assessment.
Absolutely. And and once I have those numbers, I do plan on
Right,
involving you in it
yeah,
every year and mostly in especially this year.
Okay.
Whereas it's my first budget go around with the
Yeah.
town.
yeah, okay. I would think, as I had mentioned, that for your planning purposes, in terms of what we can afford for Quabbin, it should be a minimum of a 5% increase over what
Yeah,
we
that's
paid, last year. And the other thing we might take a closer look at, is our Monty Tech assessments too.
I'm meeting with the
Should be.
superintendent of
Okay.
Monty Tech on Thursday at 10 a.m.
Okay,
I don't know
Alright.
if they'll have the assessment per se, but I will get a better understanding of where their numbers are at on
Okay.
Thursday.
okay. Okay. Alright, so we talked about our new potential members, and I don't have anything else. Does anybody have anything else to bring up? Nope. Any comment? Alright, how about a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Alright, adjourned at 7:17.